Wildfire danger might be down for the next few days, but it will be a threat through the summer here in Colorado.
And nationwide, 85% of wildfires are caused by humans, and this is according to the U.S. National Park Service. But what if you're camping and you just want to have that campfire?
Yeah, it's just not the same without it. So Caroline Peters joins us live with some good, safe alternatives. Good morning, Caroline.
Good morning, yes, and I want to introduce all of you to Dawn Sanchez. She wears so many hats when it comes to being a fire expert, but today we're going to talk about the alternative to having a safe campfire. So fire bans, we'll see a lot of them throughout the warm season. What can people do if they still want to have a fire?
So if they want to still have a fire, there's a couple of ways they can do that. Again, checking the fire restrictions and what those rules and regulations are. If we do go into stage 1 fire restrictions with the U.S. Forest Service here locally, you can have campfires in what we call a developed campsite.
Okay.
And those are sites where we have a campfire ring established. It's a metal grate. One of the things that we like to mention for those developed campsites is you have to have a fee. You pay a fee to be there.
Okay.
That fee actually pays for a host to be at that camping area that can patrol those areas and make
that's
sure.
why this is allowed.
Correct.
Okay, but let's say you're not paying a fee, then you can't have a campfire, correct?
Correct.
Okay,
correct.
but there is an alternative, and that's this. So what do we have here?
So we have a propane fueled campfire here, and this is an alternative to a campfire. You can have these during stage 1 and stage 2 fire restrictions with the U.S. Forest Service.
Okay.
It does have an on and off switch that you can see there. And that is the important piece about being able to have this during fire restrictions, because you can turn that campfire off and it's done in a matter of seconds.
And if people are wondering, hey, I'm camping 2 hours away, how do I find out if there's a restriction? How do they do that?
So we want to make sure people check two spots, and we want to make sure that they check our fire restrictions website for the U.S. Forest Service, and you can find that on our website, and then also we're going to have it linked on your website as well. And then also a link to the state fire restriction website. So we want to make sure they check for county restrictions and check for the local area of where they're going to be going and who runs that area, whether it be Forest Service, BLM, or the state parks.
Well, that's all very good information. I know it can sound confusing, but Dawn has told me you can't be aware of this information enough, especially if you live here in Southern Colorado. And that is why we're going to have in-depth information on our website linking to everything she just told you about. Back to you.
All right, thank you, Carol.